everyone, it's your girl Tara Michelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today we're going to be talking about sexy summer fragrances. Now I have seen this video floating around and so many people are doing it. And I watched a few videos. I do believe I know I watched my baby Amy Glam's. Her list is banging, so I'm going to put it in the description box below. I think I watched one or a couple from Paulina Shar and a few other people, quite a few other people. Now, while I don't collectively remember their lists, I do remember that when I made my list, I wanted to stay away from the ones that are constantly being mentioned, like Scandal by Night, La Belle, even though it hurts me not to put La Belle on this list. I'm sure that a couple of the ones I have on here are probably on someone's list somewhere, and that's fine. That just means that they have great taste as well. But I just wanted to maybe talk about a few different perfumes that might not be on everyone's radar, and also give a few other perfumes a time to shine instead of just repeating the same old, because listen, like I said, there's a lot of lists I agree 100% with, and those lists could have been mine too. So this is not my top 10 best sexiest summer scents. These are just 10 sexy summer scents I happen to have in my collection. We're gonna go ahead and get the familiars out of the way first. Let's talk about Flower by Kenzo Elixir. Thanks again to my subscriber who gifted this to me. So this is a beautiful raspberry praline powdery note fragrance. It's just pretty for the sake of being pretty, but it is very sexy, very edible. It's very much a cuddle fragrance. Get close to me, smell me. This is the type of fragrance I feel like you wear when you already have your man, like you're not trying to capture or captivate someone. You have him, you love him, you know that you guys are going to get a date night, you're so excited. Maybe both of you have been working super duper hard and haven't had a lot of time for each other, one-on-one quality time, but this is the fragrance that you wear that says, I love you, I desire you, I want to smell good for you, I want to look good for you. You throw your little, self together, your little outfit. This is just pretty. It's pretty. And I consider it a very close quarters fragrance because it's not some huge projecting, beast mode powerhouse fragrance, or you're going to smell it, but you just want to get up close and personal. This is stop. But anyway, this is smooth though, and it's cool on my face. Next up is my Caramel Apple Baby. This is Casablanca from the House of Swiss Arabian. This fragrance is so gorgeous. It's so sweet. It's so deep and rich and thick and sexy. You can wear this in the daytime and transition it into the nighttime, in the super high heat, or in the cold of winter. Like, this is a very universal fragrance. I love this fragrance. I will say about this that when I first got it, I did not like it. There was like a synthetic note or something that I wasn't used to from Swiss Arabian, and it took me a minute with this one and with Florence. However, I love them now. Like, I literally will never be without this unless they stop making it and I cannot find it. This is a top 10 for life for me. So I absolutely had to put it on this list. Casablanca, beautiful summer fragrance. Next up, we have Mon Guerlain Floral, which is a very easy to wear version of the Eau de Parfum. So if you thought that the lavender and jasmine and vanilla in the Eau de Parfum was too much, this one is brightened up quite a bit. They add so many different things to it, but most prominently for me, that just brings it into a different light, is the lemon and the peony. This is easy to wear. I reach for it mostly in the spring and the summer. This transitions from daytime to night, easy peasy. In the daytime, in the heat, I feel like the citruses come out more. And at night, gosh, you cannot beat that original lavender, vanilla, jasmine, sambac DNA. You just can't. So again, that is Mon Guerlain Floral. Along with Casablanca, there is another top 10 for life fragrance for me on this list. This is Poison Girl Eau de Toilette formulation from the House of Dior. This orange dreamsicle or creamsicle, whatever you want to call it, depending on what part of the country you're from. This smells so good. This is so sexy. This is so edible. It's so sweet. It's so feminine. I absolutely love it. It is gorgeous. And I have to stop myself from wearing this once I start. I went through a 1 ounce bottle of this in 1 month. I know some people have longevity issues with this, but I do not. I do not. I'm topping up at 4 hours anyway because I just want to smell the amazing opening that's there. This frosted orange, bitter orange combination is exquisite. Now, I will tell you this. If you think that this only lasts 4 hours, then it's great for date night. It's great for a summer date night. I would prefer you be indoors though. The sweetness in this one will bring in the skeeters. And you know I don't do insects. This next fragrance is one that I actually owned previously, gave it away because it was just doing too much for me at the time. I couldn't fully appreciate the masterpiece that it actually is. Recently, I thought about it, wanted to try it again, so I purchased it, and I'm in love with it. This is Nina Ricci's L'Extase. This is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It's super sweet. Super sweet. But I love fragrances like that. The pink pepper, the pear, the raspberry. Love it. I absolutely love it. I think there's caramel in here too. I mean, there are so many notes. And that was part of the reason I didn't like it originally. But man. And I'm going to tell you something. There are two. This fragrance here and another fragrance of mine are reminiscent of the new Kylie Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, or I should say the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is reminiscent of them because this one was out first and so was the other one that I'm talking about. So I heard a lot of people like AI the Great was telling me that she really enjoyed Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, but that it reminded her of several other fragrances. Now I'm starting to pick up on that in my collection too, only with this one. The pink pepper is great. This is the right amount. Placement is correct. I love it. And there is no leather, burnt rubber, saffron note in this. So I would prefer this one over the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I'll mention the other one when it comes up as well too. But yeah, there's definitely some similarities with those two. This next fragrance has several notes. There's red lily, there's mandarin orange, and there's vanilla. But what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the peach and the jasmine, okay? Because that is what makes this perfume so freaking gorgeous to me. This is I Want Choo by Jimmy Choo. Peach and jasmine, y'all. Peach and jasmine. This is a beautiful fragrance for summer night wear. You can wear it in the daytime if you want to as well. It does really well in the heat. I've tested it. But I just love this for a summer date night. This is rather new. I think it came out either late last year or earlier this year. So it's a nice addition to your collection if you're looking for something that hasn't been around for the last 5 or 10 or 20 years. I can't say enough about this. You guys have heard me talk about it. I love it. Again, that is I Want Choo by Jimmy Choo. Next up, we have a delicious fragrance. One that makes me really want a pina colada or some type of tropical adult beverage. This is Amarillo from the House of Ganache Parfums. This is white musk, white rum, lime, pineapple, coconut. I've talked about this 100 times. I think this is on my pineapple and my lime list. Refreshing. Absolutely refreshing. Absolutely delicious. I love this. You can definitely wear it all day. I love this in the heat. It is so good. So whether you live near a beach or not, you can wear this in the daytime and definitely transition it into the night. That white rum and that white musk on that dry down, baby, do not play with me. I love this fragrance. It's my favorite from the house. It's just that good. Man, I love this. It just reminds me of summer. This is summer. This is how every day outside should smell in the summertime. I am getting ready to make a very bold statement that might upset some of you, but I say this with love. I'm pretty sure that this is my favorite flanker from the Scandal line. This is Scandal à Paris. This touts pear, jasmine, and honey. And I know it's the lightest of them all. You know, you have So Scandal, which is heavy with that tuberose. You have the honey that is rich and deep and thick with that benzoin in the original. And then you have your honey and your cherry notes in the By Night. But this is so feminine and so pretty and so sexy and so sweet. I love it. It's just, it's perfect. It's perfect. So for me, this is the Scandal that I would reach for if I could only keep one of them. I'm sorry if that upsets anyone. And I know I'm turning my back a little bit on the original, which is my babe, but I really love this. This next fragrance has been in my collection for less than a week. My girl Paola Bianca talked about it in her video when she was sampling fragrances. Her reaction had me like, okay, next time I'm at Ulta, I gotta try that. I went into Ulta and I smelled it, and it was a love at first sniff. This touts pear, ambrette, rose, iris, musk, and Virginia cedar. Baby, this is Irresistible Edp from Givenchy. So, I love the Live Irresistibles. I still didn't pay any attention to this when it dropped like a year ago. They just came out with an EDT version, and I'm just not really an EDT girl per se. I smelled it in the store and I was like, meh, I much prefer the Eau de Parfum. So this is the one I got. If they'd had a bigger bottle, I would have purchased it. I freaking love this. Oh my gosh. Listen to me. This is the other fragrance that reminds me of K. Ali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. So, and this one came out first. So it's, you know, Sweet Diamond reminds me of it. But this one also does not have that burnt rubber melted plastic smell, nor does it have an obnoxious amount of pink pepper in it. There's no pink pepper in here at all, actually. So this is pear, ambrette, rose, iris, musk, and Virginia cedar. Just beautiful. Comes across like, you know, oh, you look at those notes, you go, okay, that's pretty easy, breezy, and simple. Baby, this is fire. I have worn this 3 times since I had it. Again, I've had it less than a week. I'm not playing with this. If they'd have had a bigger bottle, I'd have gotten one. This next one is the sweetest perfume in my collection. This next one is so delicious. It is reminiscent of my childhood and my favorite drink from my childhood, Fruit Punch Kool-Aid. For those of you who've been rocking with me for a minute, you know what I'm about to mention. From the house of the Taliaferro, room 129. Fruit Punch Kool-Aid, baby. Does it get any sexier than Fruit Punch Kool-Aid? Like, I would literally, in my birthday suit, jump into a massive glass of Fruit Punch Kool-Aid. Like, what are you talking about? This is gorgeous. It's very drinkable. You know, can I say that in place of edible because we're talking about Kool-Aid? No, do not drink this. You guys know what I mean. No, but you got to be. You never know. You never know who's listening to you. I do not mean drink this. What I'm saying is when you smell it, it is very reminiscent of the Fruit Punch Kool-Aid that you've had at some point in your life. If you've had Fruit Punch Kool-Aid in your life. Now, you know, I take being an influencer, you know, of some sort, even though my channel's small, I just don't want to lead anybody astray. Please don't ever drink perfume. That literally just scared me in my soul when I said that, because I'm like, it's going to be somebody somewhere that could possibly take that the wrong way. No. Okay, back to the Taliaferro and room 129. Gorgeous, gorgeous, sweet fragrance. But when I tell you guys that you have to like the sweetest of the sweet, this could be the sweetest perfume on the face of the planet, for as far as I know, because it's definitely the sweetest one in my collection. I love every single bit of it. Love it. And it will be making an appearance for sure in my top 10 favorite purchases so far this year, because it is. If it's not still number 1, it is definitely still in the top 3. and it might be number one. That is all for my 10 sexy summer fragrances list for today. Remember, it is not a top 10 list. It's just 10 fragrances I wanted to share with you guys that are sexy for the summer. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do. Please do not forget to click that like button and select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Let's talk about these 10 in the comments and let me know what your favorite sexy summer fragrances are. And if you're like me, if you have a lot of your favorites that have already been talked about a million times on YouTube, tell me about some hidden gems that you have, if you don't mind sharing them, or just something that you don't see a lot of people talk about. You know, on this channel, I love to help us get to know more about other fragrances, especially because sometimes, depending on what country you're from, a lot of these things aren't promoted where you are. That doesn't make them any less special, and that doesn't mean we can't still get our hands on them. So, until then, guys,